Because if there's anything that you need to know right now, it's how to protect yourself financially. And isn't this going to be interesting? Because isn't it moving so fast? I mean, what are we supposed to do? How do we even know what's going to happen? Well, fortunate for you guys, you're going to be on here right now, and we're going to have a fantastic discussion. And you are invited. I'm inviting you with all my heart right now to comment and ask your question, or just give me your perspective. What's your perspective on what's going on? How do you feel on a day-to-day basis? Has it been continuous? Your feeling of woe or excitement? Are you like up and down? Like one day everything's fine, next day everything's crazy and the world's coming to an end? I'm really interested to hear from you as we transition into this wonderful, wonderful online debate and discussion, because I think it's super, super important. So guys, whoever's on here, you need to start tagging. Can you start commenting? The virus hasn't got your fingers, has it? Did it get your fingers? I don't think it hits the fingers. Is it the throat? It's the throat and the lungs, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. What I've been paying attention to though is how to thrive in this. So the first thing that you want to go do is make sure that you subscribe. Write yourself a note right now. I must subscribe to Real Life Group on YouTube. Why don't you go and leave that note? Or why don't you just leave it as a comment and then tag yourself, and then you'd be like, oh, someone's tagged me. Can you tag yourself? I don't think you can. Can you tag yourself? I'm not sure. Listen, why don't you also, if you're watching this on the hashtag replay, make sure you ask your questions, because Trisha personally will go through every single comment and answer them, because she's been studying all her life for this moment on a particular virus, with a strain of virus that is affecting the whole planet. Let's face it, whether you got it, you don't got it, it's taking the world by storm. And the property market is one of probably what is known as one of the safest markets. Well, who knows? Is it safe now? Is it safe? This is the thing. How is it going to affect the property market? I need to see more comments from you. I need to start you tagging some. Look, I know it's a sensitive subject. Yeah, and if you're logging on saying, what is this? I didn't know they brought out a new alcoholic beverage. Then look, this is no laughing matter. So I don't want any puns or any jokes on here. This is a serious debate with a bunch of serious people. So what is it about numbers? Do you like numbers?
Well, I like numbers. Do you like numbers?
I love numbers.
Yes.
And then cut me out again, so it looks like I'm in and out like Spider-Man. And the facts that I have written down in me are absolutely from a place to be reckoned with. So
yeah, what I'm feeling right now, you need to start sharing, because it's one of those things that, I'm recognizing a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear going on right now, and it's a lot to do with lots and lots, like a series of opinions. And what we're saying is we appreciate that it is a very serious thing that's going on in the planet right now. But at the same time, it's like, let's review this for ourselves, for our businesses, for our wealth, because no matter what happens, and there's been many disasters that have happened to the universe, like the plague and swine flu and leprosy and all of these other things, what you have to think about always is what comes next.
So look, wherever it is that you're watching this, why don't you tag a few people, or why don't you just comment in here now? Is it a bit of a strange subject? The whole virus thing of like, oh, am I talking about it? Am I not? Am I interested? Am I not? Am I going to be visual about my perception or my view? Or am I just going to do the whole secret watcher thing or the video? I mean, listen, who's seen? I want to know from whoever's watching this, whether you're watching it live, put hashtag live. If you're watching it on a replay, put hashtag replay. I want to know, like, are you seeing videos everywhere to do with this thing or what? And if so, what impression is that giving you? What impression is it that you have right now? Yeah, so what is it that you want to say? Because I think we're going to rock and roll on this baby. Let's make sure that we keep tagging and we get a lot of people on here. Why? Because it's important. I don't want this to be a debate. And if you've got any questions or a point of view, please give that. What's your point of view, Trisha?
Oh, I have absolutely no idea.
About what?
I think a lot
I'm
of
not
it,
talking about algebra. I'm talking about the coronavirus.
yeah, I think it's crazy. I think what I realised, having for years not watched the news or listened to the radios and stuff, I felt so much more positive about my life. And then because it's literally forced upon you right now, because it's everywhere all the time, it's very unavoidable. I then started to watch the news, and I was watching the 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever the time of day that it was coming on. And the more I was watching the news and listening to the debates and opinions and everything that was happening, the more terrified I felt. And then I was just like, this is crazy. And then I started to feel ill myself. And then I was like, wow, oh no, is this what it is? And I was very scared. But at the same time, I realized that, if I want to feel better in any area of my life, like, I'm the person that has to take charge of that. So it's like going back to roots of mindset shifting, and also at the same time, like, keeping myself busy by not.
So let's get into discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say you're terrified. What of?
Well, I was terrified of getting the virus and dying.
Oh, okay. Based on what?
Based on what they were saying in the media.
Who's they?
The government, the news, reporters.
Yeah. Okay. Isn't it interesting though? Because where are we now? We're in 2020, and then since 2000, hasn't there been, I don't know, 15, 16 different things that they said, oh my goodness, it's either going to be the end of the world, or it's going to totally change, or it's going to wipe, millions of people out. Yeah. So my question is, what's different, and what's the belief system of people today versus all these other times where it just passed over?
It's the scale. That's probably the scale of how many people are talking about it, and what they're doing to the country.
Okay, so this is interesting. So how many people are talking about it?
They've closed the schools, all of these kind of things that are not. That's a very, very, like, wow, this is really serious if they're closing schools and stuff.
Yeah, but hold on a sec. They've closed the school before when it snowed.
Yeah.
So what? I don't understand.
But I get where you're coming from, but I'm just saying people may be feeling that way and more fear and things like that because of these things happening. Like, the schools are shutting and we have no idea when they're going to open again. The shops all around are shutting. People are walking around in, like, gas masks and stuff.
Have you seen that?
I feel like a war zone.
But where did you see that?
I have seen people walking around with the gas mask things on, the white masks.
Around the streets?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's incredible. I haven't seen anybody. And I've been out because I'm not self-isolated or anything, and I want to make sure that things keep rolling. I want to keep putting my money into the economy, buying things in proportion to how I need them, not excessively, of course, but also making sure that just things go on while obeying the rules. I think this is my perspective on it, right? Let me share some stats. If you want some stats on this thing, put hashtag stats. Put hashtag stats if you want it. If you want the statistics on this. Yeah, because we gathered them from various sources, and it's really interesting. And what is super interesting, some people I've been speaking with and I've been researching, they've been studying not this particular, but things like this for a very, very, very long time. Just things like who's running the world, who's running the show, who's calling the shots, how may this happen, who's making the decisions on how we either prevent this or stop this from happening again, or put things in place on how to either recover. I don't know, is recover the right word? Is there a recovery already needed? I would like to hear from some people watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on the replay. I'd like you to let us know. Because people are saying on here, look, the news is a virus in itself. That's what some people are saying. Some people are saying, I feel there's so much scam news going on. Yeah, and the kind of people that hear so much rubbish. This is what people are saying. So, I'm not here to say whether it's true, false, good, bad, right, or wrong, but I'm not sure anyone is interested in any stats. Yeah, so you got to put hashtag stats if you're interested in the stats.
There is a lot on the live feed. I think it's just taking a while to come through on here.
Oh, is there? Okay, so are people putting stats? So maybe you can keep up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So if you're on here as well, why don't you let me know on Instagram? Why don't you let me know on YouTube when you're watching it? Yeah, because here's some stats. Look, one set of stats. We actually have there's 372,594 confirmed cases. That's what they say. Yeah, and they also say there are 16,313 deaths. That's what they say. Yeah, but they also say there's 101,373 that have recovered. This is what they're saying. Now, seconds apart, and you can do this research for yourself. Seconds apart, there is someone else saying that 332,000. So there's a big difference there of confirmed, and they're saying 14,510 people deaths, which again, is a huge thing. They're saying that's across 190 countries. I mean, that may or may not be true. Some other stats that I heard. So I heard that 80% of the confirmed cases are only registering as minor symptoms. So what's that all about? Minor symptoms. And what's happening right now and how this is going to affect any market, the property market is going to be in proportion to how, what's the supply, what's the demand, and are people still pumping money into the economy? Are people still buying? Are people still selling on every front? I'm talking about all, like cinemas, all these restaurants, bars, pubs, all of this stuff that is closing. People have got, well, I'm assuming, I can't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are going to have mortgages and monthly finances. So that's a knock-on effect if they need a payment window. That's a knock-on effect to the banking and how they're going to pay everybody and how they're going to keep everybody in that. But they can borrow money at a less rate now. So these are all the things that you either might need to take into consideration, you might not. It's totally up to you. Yeah. What else? What other stats were there? Yeah, there are other stats as well that actually, and this. I mean, comment. Please let me know. This is a debate. Yeah, I don't know the answers. I'm not sure who does know the answers. But one thing I do know is there is a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of news, and there's a lot of guidelines and advice to say, hey, we need to protect the older people and the people with lower immune system. Yeah, we need to correct this. We need to help these. Isn't that what's happening, Tricia? Yeah, people are saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are saying
vulnerable people.
Yeah, the vulnerable people. Where here's the thing, and who wants to say, in this country or Italy or China that the strain is the same? Because again, I've seen another interview where they were saying that the Italian health system is totally clogged up with people, and it's literally wiping people out. Well, I'm not sure if I see that happening everywhere. So whoever has some input on this, please, I'm happy to throw this out there, because in my eyes, we all got to stick together. We all got to stick together. We've got to do what we can to make sure that the wheels keep turning. What's your opinion so far, Tricia, on what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously there is just it's a lot of hearsay because you don't know for a fact. And that's the thing. So I heard in China that they were doing really well, or is it Hong Kong? They were doing really well to contain the virus and had very little or no new confirmed cases. And so much so that they actually shut one of the hospitals that they had opened up to deal with it because of the lack of cases, new cases coming forward. And then it was showing you on the news, like the video of them going around like the city and around the roads and things, and every single person, including children, all had the masks on. And it was a very small amount of people that were actually going out. Schools had been shut for 2 months, and teachers were doing video trainings. So all the children would come in to like a video conference room on their own screens, and the teachers were teaching them over video call instead, because their schools have been closed for 2 months, and they're saying, hey, they don't know when they're going to be opened up again, but this is how they're dealing with it. And due to that, they've got very little amount of confirmed cases or new cases now. And obviously, things are getting to a bit more of a sustainable factor. What I did see was obviously with Italy having done a very similar way to lockdown to what the UK is doing. The strain was mainly on the medical staff, because they did not have the big enough facility or staff to cope with the amount of cases that were coming in, as well as the other medical problems that happen every single day. So that's why they went on to lockdown, because they were trying to minimize. So basically going into lockdown and being trapped in your homes is to stop the spread so vastly, because I heard that everyone's going to get it at some point. Yeah, for some most people it'll be quite mild, but some it could be more serious. But the point of lockdown or containment is to make it so that the threat, or therefore strain, on the healthcare system would be more controlled, because it's just the fact that because everyone's going about their business in the same way and not really caring to shield themselves from other people and just spread.
Yeah, but is that happening?
What I'm saying is this is the thing. So just let me get it out. Then we can control how many, or not control, but just it's a lot less to the healthcare system, which means that everyone gets more quality care and therefore able to potentially, get over the virus and be a lot safer and things like that. Whereas obviously if everyone's just continuing to roam around and potentially infect other people, there's going to be a huge influx into the healthcare system, risk that there's not enough beds, risk that is not enough adequate staff to take care of things correctly, and mistakes then start to happen. So that's when I stopped watching the news, because I was like, this is just scary stuff.
Okay, so the question is, how is this any different from a strain of flu that also does wipe lots of people out and has over the last few months wiping lots of people out with low immune system? Because if someone who's fit and healthy, they get the flu, they get a little bit of aches and pains, they might go through a bit of time, fever and all the rest of it. Because let's face it, a fever is your body using heat to kill something, or to fend something, or to cleanse yourself.
That is such an excellent point, because the flu or influenza killed 27,000 people last year, which is why they do all this flu jab and stuff. But it's always been going on. So what I don't get is the whole media frenzy around it. Now, I'm not saying I agree, disagree, whatever, but it obviously has created a lot of panic. People are just running to hide. And what I feel, in my opinion, is certainly in the property businesses. So certainly what I've noticed is the builders, where possible, are still carrying on. They're still on site, still doing their things, getting jobs finished off. One of them said the other day, as long as you're paying us, then we'll still come to site and do our jobs as safely as it is to do so. The tenants, so I've been having regular contact with the tenants through the agents and things, to make sure that they're all okay. The main changes that we've made is that the cleaners have now ceased to go into the properties at all, for the HMOs, for example, because potentially there could be one or two people in isolation that they don't know about, and obviously because they have common areas, potentially that could cause problems for the cleaners, or then infection could spread. So we have just ceased any cleaning going into the properties until further notice, just to keep everybody safe in the best way we can. Tenants are keeping themselves fine. We've just dropped off some bacterial sprays and things like that, and told them, just as an advice thing, in the common areas, if you can just wipe down after usage, so that it's just preventing more spread to the other tenants, and just obviously bearing other people in mind. And if you're in isolation, let the other tenants know by maybe a note on your door or so that they can be best prepared. So only really things like that is what we've massively looked at. But in regards to property, people still buying houses, because we've noticed other people that have had in the tribe property for sale and they've just accepted offers on them. The main challenges are lenders. So there was a lender that quite a few tribe members were working with that has actually said, hey, I'm not going to continue with the lending of whatever deals they were prior to exchange until we know more about what's happening with coronavirus. And I was
and that's the point of how much people know. Yeah, because we've come up with some statistics earlier where even the World Health Organization did state
comments, just so you know, but I think this is frozen because they're really pounding in fast on the live feed.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, so I don't know what's happened on that. So people are commenting. There's a lot of comments.
Yeah. So was there something you wanted to tell me?
No, I'm just letting you know because obviously, just in case you thought people weren't commenting.
No, I'm trying to figure when my own comments didn't show up, then something's happening. Yeah. So hey, what I was saying is all these statistics from before, where the World Health Organization did state that the mortality rate is not known. You know, where the strain of the virus is coming from exactly is not known. So there are still a lot of unknowns, and with the way that the media travels now and all the videos that come up, and people are just saying, and as soon as one video's got the title coronavirus in it, it's like, oh my god, let's everybody watch this. And because there's so many unknowns, people are just going to latch on to the story that they want, and it's already a known thing in marketing and in this generation that people are jumping on and too quick to spit negativity. So that's the areas that they're jumping on. Yeah, they're jumping on that, and plus they're also jumping on the areas that are causing the most, what's it called, like drama. There's a lot of like drama and victim mentality that people can easily jump on and use it as an excuse. And there's a lot of people who are using some of this as an excuse. So the difference is, are you actually doing the right thing for the right reason? To be able to keep things rocking and rolling, to be able to do what it is that you're supposed to do, which is help another person out, which is, have you checked in on your neighbor? I'm not saying you have to go around you don't have to start licking their face and doing hugs and stuff.
No, so my neighbor, this is so brilliant. He's an older gentleman. I think he's in his late 60s, early 70s. And he's got a dog. So I've been noticing since obviously I've been in isolation a week ago, and he obviously going for a walk, and he was just like at the window, how are you doing today? You okay? Knowing that I'm in isolation and saying, oh, it's so silly, isn't it? But I'm just going to go out to get some fresh air. And he was just like really jolly, really positive. But what's quite strange is obviously it's brought us together sort of friendship wise because of this whole crazy situation that's going on, and he's feeling the need to check in, and I was feeling the need to wonder how him and his wife were doing as well. I was like, how are they? But also at the same time, we had a leaflet posted through our letterboxes saying, hey, my name is Ian, I live on blah 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 close, my number is, if you need anything, a friendly phone call, any supplies or something else, I'm happy to help for free. Hashtag viral kindness. Let's spread kindness, not infection, or something like that. But I was just like, wow, to really see that amazing selflessness coming out of people, so wonderful. For the people that are self-isolating, he said, I'm here, I'm happy to help you. Reducing the spread and things like that.
Yeah.
Listen,
there's some comments come in.
What, on here?
Yeah. So there's some comments come in. People saying they're disagreeing, and that's fine. They can disagree, but I think that is my actual point of jumping on the drama. And I know who you are, and we respect each other very much. But I said protect people. I agree with protect people with low immune system. Yeah, build a barrier around these people. Make sure that these people are not coming into contact with people who potentially might be carrying or have been around other people. Make sure they're absolutely taken care of. What I'm not understanding is the majority of the people who are strong, who are not going to be coming into contact with people with low immune systems, are actually let them go out and continue to keep the economy going, keep their business going, making sure things are still running. Because most of the people, they're just going to back this off like it's just another call. You know, and it's already been seen. There are people I've seen, even famous people on social media saying, yeah, I had coronavirus. I just want to check you. There's nothing wrong. Nothing going on. I tested positive for coronavirus. Yeah. Oh, I had some aches and pains and then I've recovered. And then this person goes down as a statistic that had the coronavirus. That's what they're saying. Yeah. So like all these numbers and this big widespread thing, it's a little bit crazy to be saying too much of that. So yeah, that's my piece on there.
I think.
Huh?
Yeah, I think we've got a comment from saying, you know, use your position right now and tell people to take this seriously and stay inside. There's a lot of people worrying about people going out still and, you know, socializing and not taking the social distancing, you know, very seriously. What's your thoughts?
Of people taking it seriously? Yeah. So that's what I just said. I just literally explained that. I'm saying the seriousness of it is protecting the people who do have the low immune system.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But if you want to shut the whole world down, or you want to shut the whole country down, even for these people, and it's a bigger problem anyway. It's part of a bigger problem. And this is why succeeding now is more important than ever it has been before. You know, at least in my time, at least in my, you know, physical life. Yeah, now is the time to make sure that you can succeed and that you can take care of others and that business people can come together to support each other. Just general people can come together and support each other. So if you're around someone and you've got low immune system or they've got health challenges and issues, and listen, I know all about health issues and challenges. You know, I was in hospital for 7 months when I was 11 years old. So I understand about, you know, how to pick up viruses and things like that. Yeah, so I know how important it is to make sure, and my parents will as well, to make sure that you take care of your children. Yeah, especially if they've got low immune system. But at the end of the day, the bigger problem is that the way society is set up is coming down to the fact that people are not being able to either make enough money, or especially older people, you know, they're getting fed with crap food. The food is garbage. And these older people, you know, whether, you know, they're making money or whether they have a pension, a pittance of a pension, right, by the way, yeah, is then they have to make a decision. Do I stay, do I stay warm, or do I go hungry, or do I eat? But then I'm cold. Yeah, they're having to make this decision. So they're not actually eating foods that are nutritious. They're bombarded with, you know, processed crap food, lots of sugar, which actually then is causing health problems, which is causing this lower immune system in the first place. Yeah, so that's where all that stuff comes from. Yeah, so if people want us to talk about taking it serious, that's what taking it serious is all about. Taking it serious is making sure that not just you, yeah, but the people who you might come into contact with, or don't come into contact with them. So if it's someone you don't really have a choice, like someone you live with, your children, someone who you need to go take care of, then you better make sure that you're taking it deadly serious so you don't come into interaction. You know, for us running like events and things like that, we're taking precautions. We took precautions before. And moving forward, we take precautions. But also, things move so quickly, like on a daily basis. Huh?
Changes every day.
Yeah, changes every day based on what? Some person saying one thing, some person saying another thing. Yeah, and people are loving this whole thing to be actually to like hate on someone. You know, turn the heat up on someone else, and that's okay. Yeah, we have to do what the government say and get this to stop as quickly as possible. This is why now more than ever it's important to digitize your business. Okay, I see what you did there. Yeah. British woman in the property network is living in Spain, is on day 8 of isolation. She said it's affecting everyone regardless of having health issues. Yeah, well, if she's in isolation, how does she know it's affecting everybody? You know, that's my question. You know, there is too much BS going on, my friends. Yeah, and like everyone's sitting in their home and they want to know what's going on down the street. Yeah, well, I've been speaking to physical people, not just social media. Yeah, I've been speaking to people from all different countries all over the world, and people are telling me how it's going down. Yeah, and people are telling me that, you know, a low immune system, and people are also telling me that things are getting better in places like China. Things are opening up. The restaurants are opening up, and things are happening now. So hey, look, I'm here just to tell you what my opinion is, and I'm here to make sure that people, oh wow, they're all coming through now.
Yeah,
it's too quick to read them. Yeah, and people need session. I'll tell you something, Real Life Tribe, we already put on a weekly mastermind. We already put on a group monthly mentoring. We already have many awesome people inside the group sharing lots of information. But if need be, we will put on extra sessions. I already posted this. I already announced this and told everybody this earlier today. I said, hey, look, if there's certain areas people need help, we must succeeding right now, making sure that you can take care of what you currently got, making sure that that's safe, it's secure. This is why systems are so important. Because if like someone like Trisha, who's taking care of furnishing of our properties, because that's how we run our business, that's a part that she takes care of, and she's been doing it from sitting in that that place that looks like velvet cushions and all the rest of it. Because you have systems in place. And even when things change, like cleaners are now gone on lockdown and they've got to protect the cleaners and all of this stuff, again, we've got to have a backup plan. So my question is, were you guys prepared? Has this upset you? Has it pushed a few buttons? Because if so, that's what they wanted. That's absolutely what they wanted. They wanted it to put the fear in you. So much so that, so much fear creeps into society that people do start. In this time, we're going to see some of the best of humanity. We're going to see some of the best of humanity and people coming together. But also, and we already have in some places and in some scenarios, we're going to see some of the worst behaviors. Yeah, I'm not going to say worst of humanity because it's not.
I was thinking this the other day. Wait, I was thinking this the other day that, wow, do you think people are going to start rioting and stuff when they're like running out of food, and if there's nowhere open, or if they're not allowed to go get food, like what's going to happen? Like, wow, I was thinking about this the other day, like riots being created. You still there? You just were very, very still for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm just going back to have a look at this. Yeah, food bank, shelters, an army to help fight this. We need to listen to the advice. Yeah, so who said, comment right now, come and tell me, who says we're not listening to advice? But again, it's just another scare tactic. If the advice was, well, 80% of the people, so you guys are going to work, we're going to ring fence all of the people with low immune systems, older people, whatever people come into that category, and you guys, you go out there and you carry on working, you're going to follow that advice. So the question is, who do you listen to? Who actually knows what's going on? There's a bigger picture here. There is a set of people that are running the show. Yeah, and if you don't open your eyes and expand your consciousness, because that's what's happening over the last, I don't know how many years, 20, 30, 40 years, especially it started in the 50s, 60s, 70s, huge ascensions, people getting in touch with, immense power and intelligence and expanding their awareness, their intelligence and their consciousness. Big shifts are happening. People understanding about law of attraction and all the real secrets. Well, they call them secrets, but not really secrets. It's just the way it is. The law of gravity is not a secret. The law of attraction is not a secret. Being able to think and grow rich is not a secret. The book's been out for years, since 1929. What kind of secret is that? But what's happening is people are now realizing that they don't have to see to believe. They know that believing and get your thinking right is absolutely key. And there's some key people throughout the world that are already onto this and helping this, which some people probably don't like. Isn't that the culture? We advertise for training. We say, hey, we're going to do this training. And people say, oh, but if you already learn how to build a portfolio like this, why would you tell everybody else? They're just your competition. This is exactly how society has been programmed. So this is what I'm saying. It's more important now than ever before, to work together, come together, and not stop. Look, any time we set up a business or we do anything, or we have a coaching arrangement or a training arrangement, or I'm working with individuals or a group of people, we always have something that I got from a good friend and coach and mentor, Blair Singer, which is called a code of honor. And the one rule that will always be in there is take responsibility. No lay and blame, no justifying, and no denial. So if I've got to take ownership, and responsibility, then I've got to work with the facts. So too many people are just jumping off one or two things that they've heard. That's all is coming. That's all that is coming. Did a live tonight on a self-isolation. He's in isolation. Cannot do any more events. And that's him sticking to the rules. And if I was going to be under that situation, then I would do the same, just like Trisha has done the same. So this is the cool thing. Enjoying homes.
And isolation. Is anybody else in isolation? How are you feeling now? I am stir crazy. I feel trapped, like a caged animal, struggling. I want to go and see some properties. I want to go and smell some urine or something. Those that invest in property know exactly what I'm talking about. You get into some really stinky ones, so then you can smell the money. I love that. But the question is as well, like from everybody right now, is like, so what are you doing in your businesses? Are you still buying property? Still looking at property? Absolutely. The property market still needs to continue. Property market still needs to move forward and sell houses and renovate houses, and people still need a place to live. If anything, people need a place to live more than ever right now. People that would normally be traveling, going on holidays and stuff, need a firm base so that they can stay in isolation. What were you talking about? The events for service accommodation businesses, isolation booths or something?
Well, look, we was making light of the situation and all that stuff. But I think the main point here, and I was just flicking through some of the comments because it's really interesting. Really interesting of how already pandemic, panic, fear have literally shifted people, and maybe people are showing more truly of how they actually would respond in real situations. Because the whole going through the system and having the backup of the system and walking the streets and having the police and all of these things that we're led to believe is going to protect you. I mean, just ask someone who got mugged if he was there to protect them that time. So look, we're led to believe this stuff, or then someone who has that condition or that experience then also starts to think a different way. So everybody's going to think differently. Everything's going to think differently, but it's this time now. I just want to stress that this time is how we come together and how we keep maintaining the momentum that we made. Is it going to be a bumpy ride? I mean, who knows? Some people are saying it's going to be make 2008's crash in the market look like a little pebble in the water. That's what some people are saying. Who knows? May that happen? It could do. But how's coronavirus going to affect the property market? The truth is, who actually knows? But here's the key. I'll give you the key. It's how you're working together is the first question. How are you working together with someone else? Who's in your team? Because the most important asset right now, my most important asset right now, it's not the properties. It's not the investments I own. It's not all of that. It's the team. It's the tribe. And I'm telling you right now, your most important asset is the people that you have in your life. They are the most important asset. You gotta make sure. And this is a true time. Everyone says, don't worry, you need anything, you let me know. Now's the time we're going to see who's there. In some cases, total strangers are there more than the people who said they were going to be there for you all along. So this is the stuff that you got to check out. Your most important asset is your tribe. And that's why we got to continue this. I'm not going to pick no bones about it. I'll tell you exactly what we're doing. We're recruiting. We want to continue recruiting. We could deliver stuff online. We have been delivering stuff online all the time. In fact, doing live events, they create massive shifts in people's lives. But I'll tell you something is that's probably the least side of terms of hours and stuff that are put in that we do to help people, help businesses, help people sell better, more effectively and ethically, doing marketing, making sure their physical health, making sure their mental health, their emotional health, their spiritual health, making sure that they're being coached, making sure that you got someone to go to, that you got people. Because it was, we were saying this the other day, Trisha, we were saying, hey, look, this is a power team. You were freaking out a little bit about some of the numbers. We'll say, hey, look, why don't you check back in with a team so you can get back on track? Yeah, and then we kind of related it, said this is what we do. This is why weekly calls, weekly masterminds are very important, because what happens is people start hearing something from someone else and they need to check back in with their team and their tribe. You need to check back in with some people who can set you straight, set your mind straight, get your thought, get the thinking right again. Because when the thinking's not right, oh my goodness. Yeah, look at the book, one of probably the best books that ever been written, Think and Grow Rich. It doesn't say panic and grow rich. It doesn't say get fearful and grow rich. It doesn't say work hard and get rich. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't say blame others and get rich. It says think and grow rich. Yeah, and there's a big shift happening, and that's why at certain events like this happen. We could even go as far as forced climate change. There was an older guy I was listening to. This was funny. He said, back in my day, we used to have something called weather. Weather, one day it might do this, and one day it might do that. Now it's called climate change. So everything's changed. There's climate change now. Yeah, the same thing is going on with this virus. Yeah, the same thing is going on with this virus. So there is just stories on top of stories. I don't actually know. I'm not saying that I know. Yeah, I'm just saying these are the statistics that are out there. And these are some of the things. And I'm not saying I do believe. I'm not saying I don't believe. I'm saying, and this is really important, I'm saying I'm not taking it at face. I'm not just going to take what somebody says. If somebody says, right, there's 300,000 people that have done this, there's 16,000 people that died. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong or true or false. I'm saying I'm not just going to read it somewhere. I'm not just going to watch one video somewhere, and I'm not just going to take it. So why don't you comment about that? Are you guys worried about rent stopping? Hey, listen, we've got things in place. Government and banking has already put stuff in place. If we need to go on that, this is why it's so important that you guys get your bookkeeping and your accounting in shape. Yeah, absolutely. In this situation, there's some areas of our business that's not as fine point as we would like in regards to that. So good. This is a wake-up call. Is it a wake-up call, Trisha?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get snappy and get things in place right now. Yeah, there's other areas that we're thinking, hey, look, this is good. This can counteract this. What if this happens? What if that happens? Again, nobody actually knows, but it's who can adapt the quickest. It's who can adapt to things that are going on. And also it comes down to your thinking again. Yeah, because I'll tell you something. If there's a cure for this thing, if there's a prevention for this thing, yeah, and some of you are going to think, what you're talking about, well, that's up to you. Yeah, I'm telling you, love and positivity. Love and positivity. I mean, love, I don't think there's anything known to man that's more powerful than love. Yeah, humankind, mankind. Love, the power of love, what you can do with love. The heart center, the energy that love provides is powerful. Positive energy, feeling good. I'm telling you, all of this stuff is to distract you from feeling good. How can you feel good watching any of that? Yeah, so that your goal, write this down right now, your goal needs to be that you feel better. That's your goal. Yeah, what's the goal? Listen, at the end of the day, let's say we all had to start again. What's the problem? Yeah, listen, whatever we built so far, we can rebuild quicker. I mean, it's already happened. Some of the most successful people have been up and down. And they figure it out on the 4th and the 5th and the 6th and the 7th business. Some people, they have, the sales right in one, but they don't have the delivery right. Then they have the sales and delivery, but they don't have the production. Then they don't have the distribution right. All of this stuff happens. Yeah, so this is how they do that. Don't get discouraged. Everything is working perfect order. Each individual. Yeah, because that's good. Yeah, what are you guys doing to capitalize on the current situation? Yeah, I'll tell you what we're doing is we're staying positive, we're loving each other, and I want to continue to build the team. So if anyone wants to be part of this awesome tribe, where you're always going to have people on hand, and we don't just go running in the other direction just because of some, farcy stuff. And I'm not just going to, say, oh, actually, okay, seeing as you all told me to shut up and do as I'm told and stay in home, which, if you've realized I am in my house, Yeah, and me of all people, I don't have to go anywhere. You know, I got plenty of stuff to do here. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not just going to say, oh, actually, okay, well, I best do that then. I best chill out and I best, relax. Yeah. Do you think that's going to happen, Trisha?
No.
Huh?
You're not going to just stay in and chill out and relax.
No. Hey, listen, this time now is, look, I tell you who's making there's some people going to be making a killing. There's certain delivery places and delivery scenarios. I'm still getting stuff delivered. You know, and oh my goodness, when the guy showed up, I was like, hey, sir, I utmost respect to you. Utmost respect to you for continuing to work and deliver and keep things rolling, because I really needed, this. And, I could tell by, I was like, someone's got to work. I mean, I get that. That's a conditioning, but I could tell. Absolutely loved it. Here it is. Have contracted virus will massively increase in the next 2 weeks, as they have now moved from only testing those who have spent 24 hours in hospital to testing those in the community. Awesome. So let's see what happens. I mean, we don't actually know. Maybe some of the people who have got a bit of cold and stuff like that, it's not the thingy, coronavirus. But I'm open to that. Huh? See, look, Trisha's coming. You don't actually know. You're in isolation, but you don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. To be fair, I don't know. I haven't been tested to confirm or deny. I have presented with the symptoms that corona is supposed to be known for, and I've had. It's just basically what it feels like. It's just a horrible flu that is taking longer than usual to end. And the worst thing about it, really, is like the tightness of the chest and the fever. The fever is just very ongoing. It's very irritating, and it just makes you tired. It just makes you really exhausted, because obviously your body's working hard to regulate itself or whatever. So that's the challenging thing. And because of the amount of water that I'm drinking, because of the fever, I really need the toilet again. So yeah, that's another symptom, going to the toilet a lot because of all the extra #stay hydrated that I'm doing.
Yeah. So listen, I strongly suggest that people absolutely follow the rules and support the people that may be most affected. Yeah. And this here's like, I'm not saying that someone who just said earlier, hey, look, this person passed away. No, these people are getting it really bad. They've been in isolation, and people are getting it really bad all over the place, even healthy people. I'm not saying I don't believe them. I'm just not going to take that information as, oh, wow, okay, well, if somebody says that, then the situation has so many forms of information and sources of where it's coming from, and people saying this and people saying that. I just want to stick to the facts. I don't want to sit about panicking. Yeah, I'm going to view the economy and how it's going. I'm going to see what's going on in the property market. I'm going to take one step at a time. I'm going to keep business rolling, diversify already, investments all over the place. You can make money in an up market and a down market. And there's a known fact that people make more wealth in down markets than they do in up markets. Yeah, so that's also a known fact. So there's plenty for you to do. And that's why the Real Life Tribe and being able to expand this, recruit more people. This is what I'm saying. I want more people. I want more.
To help people more than ever, especially right now. This is the time people need to stick together. They need to stay positive. They need to work on themselves. If they are having to stay at home because either they've been released from work temporarily or they've got children at home now, use this time to get back to center with what you really want in life. Like, what is your purpose? What are you here for? What do you want to create? Not in the society what you had to do to survive, get by. This is your time to actually, like everyone says to us in our training, I've always wanted to do this, I've always wanted to create this wealth for myself, but I don't have time. Well, the universe has given you all time now, so what are you going to do with that time? And I'm going to go to the toilet, so I'm going to like clip myself out the screen or do something because I can't.
Listen, you can wait 5 minutes, 4 minutes. So listen up. So here's the thing, because this thing's about what you said earlier. You said, oh, I have all the symptoms. Yeah, so there's a guy. Check this guy out, by the way. Check this guy out. Write this name down. You can put it in the comments so everybody can see it. David Icke. I don't know the exact spelling. David Icke. So put that in there. because he actually said him and his son had before Christmas. This was before Christmas. And he's not usually ill. This were his words. Yeah, he said, I'm not usually ill, so I noticed that I was ill. So I remember it because I'm not usually. Then what happens is he now this outbreak of coronavirus, point by point, symptom for symptom, he had all of this. He had all of this. So either that coronavirus thing was already over here before Christmas, before we even knew about what was going on in China and all the rest of it, or there are other flus, viruses, colds, whatever you want to call them, that are showing exactly the same symptoms. So if people are being diagnosed based on symptoms, the actual figure is totally unknown whatsoever. Totally unknown. Yeah, and where do these confirmed cases even come from? Are they people that are just based on the symptoms, or are they based on people who have actually been, tested?
I'd presume it's from people that have been tested. So
and that's the problem. And that's the problem with anything and everything that people are saying out there. Listen, I love a lot of these people who I know personally on these comments. But again, it's getting a bit crazy because you just said, well, I presume, and now you've said it, and now someone else says it. Well, Trisha said this, and then someone else says, well, actually, that's the way it is. Yeah, it's confirmed cases. Yeah, and that's how it works. And social media is so vast now that one video had truth behind coronavirus. 2.5 million views in 3 days. That's how it can spread. So 2.5 million people, they go and say one piece that they've seen from that video and say, well, this guy said this, and that guy said that. All of a sudden, 4, 5, 10 people, 20 people down the line, who knows what's going on?
Oh, they're saying the screen's gone blank.
It's gone black?
Blank.
Gone blank? I don't know. It's gone blank.
Did you?
Huh?
Oh, no, it has. Error while loading. Oh.
Yeah, what about now?
No, it's saying error.
Yeah, it should come back up now. Yeah, error while loading. Oh, yeah, wow. Everyone's lost. We lost everybody, baby. Yeah, so don't worry. We'll figure it out. We got the replay. We'll edit something for you together. Well, I think that it's been super, super interesting. Number one, super interesting. This is a great time, and I think we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna put on more sessions for our real life tribe. The next one is tonight in 6 minutes time, 8 o'clock. So again, get yourselves together. Let's talk about some of this stuff. Let's make it happen. I don't think people can hear us, but hey, listen, I'm still saying this because you're going to say it. We're going to hesitate. We're going to get it up there for you so you can see all of this information. Good stuff, guys. You got to remember, do the right thing for the right reason, because that is the only way that you are going to discover your true potential and stay virus free. Yeah, so stay healthy. Make sure you eat great food, stay active, get out in the sun. Oh my goodness, that sun has power like you do not know. Yes, stick together, people, and we're going to see you very, very soon.